I decided to pull out the scale, and it shocked me. Definitely felt like I was slowing down. This change was definitely more about the legacy we're leaving for our kids. Hi, I'm Brian.
Hi, I'm Erin.
And together we've lost over 100 pounds with Alpha Lion. So before my transformation, I was not really caring about what I was putting in my body. I was eating a whole lot of food and not really counting, not keeping track.
A lot of carbs.
Yeah, a lot of carbs. A lot of sugar, pizza, lasagna, candy, especially like Milk Duds, Milky Ways, pretzels were one of my biggest things.
We would get a bottle of wine, we would have lasagna with some garlic bread, and that's what we would do for date night.
I love lasagna.
I love lasagna.
I felt like I was just gonna be stagnant, not moving around, really unhealthy. The kids just running around, and I wouldn't be able to keep up, and I don't think they would have as fulfilling a life. I wouldn't be able to give them as fulfilling a life if I couldn't even keep up. I was in my downstairs bathroom, and I decided to pull out the scale and just see where I was weight-wise, and when I stepped on the scale, it really shocked me. I was 270 pounds, and that just ignited something in my mind to where I knew I needed to make a change. And then she had our daughter in July of last year, and she wanted to start taking some of the baby weight off because it wasn't coming off as easy as with our first child. She's been doing all this while we were taking care of a newborn. So it's a huge undertaking for us to both be able to make time to go to the gym and really better ourselves. I knew that I would not be able to go to the gym after work. So on day one, I had an alarm set for 3 a.m. and it had a nasty message on me. It said, "Get the fuck up out of bed, go work out, you fat bitch." I had alarms every 5 minutes after that one that said very similar things, but I knew it was still the motivation in my head. The alarms just woke me up for it, and the notes were just a reminder for me. I knew that I was gonna need something to get me up if I was gonna start working out so early. So the first thing I did was I saw an advertisement for the Dad Bod Destroyer. So I bought that and I stuck with it, and I'd say I lost 20 pounds in the first stack.
My husband's actually the one that got me to go to the gym. He motivated me, and we went out and he bought me a shaker bottle, and he actually wrote me a cute little note. He wrote it in a blue tape, and he just wrote, "I love you." And every time I look at that just motivates me further to actually go and better myself. And it might be dumb to other people, but that's what I look at, and that's what just gets me up off of work and gets me to go back to the gym every single day. So the first week at the gym was really hard. I had to give up time with my kids in order to, work on myself, but I wouldn't be able to do it without him and, the confidence and just help that he was giving me. Having somebody who's at home with you, who's doing the diet with you, who's counting the calories with you, that's always much better because they are gonna definitely hold you accountable. And there's days where I'd come home and we'd have a sick kid and I can't go to the gym right after work, but he would be there right in my corner being like, "Okay, your daughter's gone to bed now, go ahead, go to the gym. Their gym's still open, there's no reason not to go." So he would always push me to still go because there's no reason to not go. Him, taking on that and being that person for them and helping me out was what I needed to. And also gave me time, which some people don't look at that as me time going to the gym, but I do look at it like that because sometimes it is difficult being a mom. So, having that time at the gym was also nice because I did get that time for myself as well.
So during my transformation, I would spend 3 days doing cardio, and then I do 3 days lifting weights. And if I didn't take a rest day, then I did another weight day. Anything that I would consider to be a cheat, I definitely just stayed away. I work in a trade where a lot of people bring in donuts and sweets and other food and stuff like that, and I have not had any of it yet. We've found a lot more variations now of things that we can have that stay within our diet. So it's lots of eggs, lots of steak, and lots of chicken. So before I was in the size 40 waist, and now I'm in the 32. And before I was in a 2XL in shirts, and I just bought a medium for the first time in over a decade.
I went from almost 185 pounds to 163 in just 6 months. So it's definitely paid off, and Alpha Line has been a big help with that. My favorite Alpha Line product is the Mango Vaniac pre-workout. During the workout, it keeps me energized, and so it gets me all the way through it.
The Superhuman Extreme Grape Zilla flavor is my favorite because it really gives me the energy in the morning. I wake up at 3 o'clock, that doesn't mean I'm not tired. You know, I need that extra jolt in the morning, and it really does wake me up, and it makes me feel like I'm ready to take on the workout, and then even going into my work day. So I weighed myself and I ended up being 226 a few months ago, and then I had a doctor's appointment in February this past year, and I was 203. And my doctor said, "You've lost over 50 pounds since the last time I saw you last year," and that's awesome. He was very surprised, and so that was a big milestone for me. That was one of the big reaffirming things, is that, you know, in the course of a year, even my doctor saw that I lost a lot of weight. So the most meaningful compliment that I received after my transformation was seeing a friend that I hadn't seen for 2 years, and the first thing that he does whenever he sees me is just looks and does this to his face, saying, "You've lost a whole lot of weight," and I can tell just by looking at your face, because that was huge. That was huge for me.
My sister thinks he's hot. As soon as he lost all the weight, she came over and she was like, "When did your husband get so hot?"
Yeah.
Being a mom, I don't really see my friends all that often, so when I haven't seen my friends for a while, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, you know, "You look awesome," and it makes your hard work pay off. I couldn't have done this without him.
I'd say it's been a lot easier now that she's with me. You know, because it makes it more fun. We go to the gym together and we push each other, and we do workouts together, and, you know, motivate each other. You know, a little slap on the butt every once in a while. It's fun. We make it a lot more fun. This change was definitely more about the legacy we're leaving for our kids, you know, being able to keep up with them and show them that it's better to be healthy and active. It's going to lead to better things for them.
The first step is to at least try.
Start small if you have to. You know, do little things, even if it's just little workouts at home. As long as you're doing it together, I feel like working together is what's keeping it fun for us. If you really are motivated, you can find a way.